Hi, my name's Jake, and this is Random Readings. Today I'm going to read a piece by Wendell Holmes. This is a fun piece. It's called The Deacon's Masterpiece. Have you heard of the wonderful one-horse shay that was built in such a logical way? It ran 100 years to the day, and then, of a sudden, it... but stay, I'll tell you what happened without delay. Scaring the parson into fits, frightening people out of their wits. Have you heard of that, I say? 1755. Georgius Secundus was then alive. Snuffy old drone from the German hive. That was the year when Lisbon town saw the earth open up and gulp her down. And Braddock's army was done so brown with scarce a scalp left to its crown. It was on the terrible earthquake day that the Deacon finished the one-horse shay. Now, in building of chaises, I'll tell you what, there's always somewhere a weakest spot. In hub, tire, felloe, in spring or thill, in panel or crossbar or floor or sill, in screw, bolt, thoroughbrace lurking still. Find it somewhere you must and will, above or below or within or without, and that's the reason beyond a doubt a chase breaks down but doesn't wear out. But the Deacon swore, as deacons do, with a "I do from," or an "I tell you," he would build one shay to beat the town and the county and the country round, and it should be so built that it couldn't break down. For 'tis mighty plain that the weakest place must stand the strain, and the way to fix it, as I maintain, is only just to make that place as strong as the rest. So the Deacon inquired of the village folk where he could find the strongest oak that couldn't be split nor bent nor broke. That was for spokes and floor and sills. He sent for lancewood to make the thills. The crossbars were ash from the straightest trees, the panels of whitewood that cuts like cheese, but lasts like iron for things like these. The hubs of logs from the settler's ellum, last of its timber they couldn't sell 'em. And never an axe has seen their chips, and the wedges flew between their lips, their blunt ends frizzled like celery tips. Step and prop iron, bolt and screw, spring, tire, axle, linchpin too, steel of the finest, bright and blue. Thoroughbrace, bison skin, thick and wide, boot, top, dasher, from tough old hide, found in the pit when the tanner died. That was the way he put her through. "There," said the Deacon, "now she'll do." Do? I tell you, I rather guess she was a wonder, and nothing less. Colts grew horses, beards turned gray. Deacon and deaconess dropped away. Children and grandchildren, where were they? But there stood the stout old one-horse shay, as fresh as on Lisbon earthquake day. 1800. It came and found the Deacon's masterpiece strong and sound. 1800 increased by 10. "Handsome carriage," they called it then. 1820 came, running as usual, much the same. 30 and 40 at last arrive, and then came 50 and 55. Little of all we value here wakes on the morn of its 100th year, without both feeling and looking queer. 1st of November, the earthquake day. There are traces of age in the one-horse shay, a general flavor of mild decay, but nothing local, as one may say. There couldn't be, for the Deacon's art had made it so like in every part that there wasn't a chance for one to start, for the wheels were just as strong as the thills, and the floor was just as strong as the sills, and the panels just as strong as the floor, and the whippletree neither less nor more, and the back crossbar as strong as the fore, and spring and axle and hub encore. And yet, as a whole, it is past a doubt in another hour it will be worn out. 1st of November, 55. This morning the parson takes a drive. Now, small boys, get out of the way. Here comes the wonderful one-horse shay. drawn by a rat-tailed, ewe-necked bay. "Hip-hip," said the parson, and off they went. The parson was working on his Sunday text, had got to fifthly, and stopped, perplexed. Perplexed at what the Moses was coming next, and all at once, the horse stood still, close by the meeting house on the hill, and first a shiver, and then a thrill, and something decidedly like a spill. And the parson was sitting up on a rock at 9:30 by the meeting house clock, just the hour of the earthquake shock. And what do you think the parson found when he got up and stared around? The poor old chaise in a heap or a mound, as if it had been to the mill and ground. You see, of course, if you're not a dunce, how it went to pieces all at once and nothing first, just as bubbles do when they burst. Into the wonderful one-horse shay. Logic is all I say. Now, to tell you, Oliver Wendell Holmes was a physician. He was also a polymath, and two of his friends were Ralph Waldo Emerson and Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. There we are. I'll see you next time. For random readings, be good to yourself.